Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Post-Med Podcast, Episode 5. This is a bit of a different setup. How are you two doing?
I'm good, and if you can't see my beautiful face, that's because we don't have our cameras on. So I'm
No.
sorry.
Nobody
about
wanted to see
You get
that
me next
anyway.
week. You get me next week. Don't
We'll be
worry. Have no
this is going to be
fear.
recorded on. This would be recorded on my PlayStation, so it is pretty much impossible for me to do that. I was not going to do the editing of getting 3 cameras and my record. I just was not doing that. So we will be recording this episode while playing a game of MLB The Show 25 as it just came out. How long ago did it come out? Like 2 weeks ago?
Couple
3
weeks.
weeks ago?
2 weeks ago. Say,
weeks ago.
right?
Something
2
like
weeks.
that. 3 weeks ago. So yeah, are y'all ready? Start
I'm
picking
ready.
players.
Let's do this thing.
So I got a question though before we start. All
right, what's up?
I love my little icebreakers. Best sandwich specifically for lunch.
Ooh,
For lunch,
Specifically for lunch.
I got mine
I got mine.
because I eat this all the time if I'm traveling to or from. If I'm coming home, see family.
Okay.
I do a turkey bacon ranch.
Ooh. Good one.
So good.
Okay.
Put Swiss or provolone cheese on it. It's so good.
Yeah. Can't go wrong with the turkey sandwich. Can't go
No.
wrong with the turkey
You
See,
can't.
that's a good one. That's a good one. What type of cheese though?
Either Swiss or provolone, depending on the place. If I do it at Firehouse, I get Swiss. If I do it at Jimmy John's, yeah, Jimmy John's. My brain farted there. I would do provolone.
Club sub. Classic.
Club
Is that
for you.
turkey and
Can't go
ham?
wrong. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't matter where you go. Firehouse, Jimmy John's,
Yeah.
Jersey Mike's, all pretty much the same thing. All
Yeah.
great.
I'd have to.
I feel like that's fair.
I'd go turkey sandwich. Turkey sandwich, but honorable mention, Subway has one called the Beast, and it has salami, pepperoni, turkey, ham,
Ooh.
basically every kind of meat
now, I
that
will
they
say,
have.
turkey sandwich the most common for me, but that's probably why I didn't pick it.
Also, I'm gonna apologize to you two right away because my team is straight buns right now. I still don't have a single diamond.
Golds are good. Golds are good right now.
pull.
Golds are good right now.
You didn't pick
Yes.
up Bazana? Okay, I'll go Bazana and then.
Well, I never finished. I never got a chance to finish it.
I'm gonna go Pudge. Pudge.
I go on
Rodriguez.
Pudge. What we got here from Mikey?
Good
Ooh, we
content,
got
good content.
live series
I got-
Gunner and
I
Max
got
Clark.
live series Gunner that I pulled and Max Clark, and then breakout Jake Arrieta with Lee Smith out of the pen. Is Lee Smith card kind of surprising? It's pretty good. Doesn't have an outlier.
All
but-
right.
I've got breakout Chase Dollander.
And for those that don't know, outlier is basically making the fastball go 102, 103.
How the hell?
Just
How the hell did you get
whatever
Devin
pitch it
Williams?
is, it's just faster. I pulled him. I don't know. Came out of Stopak.
Wow.
He's not
Oh,
that
go get him.
expensive.
He's like $1,000.
Yeah, it's not that expensive.
Oh, is he really?
It's great though. He has 15 saves. Yeah.
Well-
he does so well. It's a screwball's killer.
Safe to say, I don't think we'll be using Kenley Jansen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the
If
bullpen
this
arms
guy's
that they
got
give us might be
Randy,
better.
if this guy has Randy Johnson, I have a problem.
I would hope
okay,
we don't
it's
lose,
only
considering my rating is 120 to 0 for this
0?
game.
We're gonna find
Yeah,
out.
you guys are getting to see the first ranked game for some of us.
Hey guys.
Not me.
What's up?
You
There's
have
a
to
certain
do this.
problem.
Oh, the lineup. What you do?
No, that it's frozen.
I might be now.
Yeah, try and move it now.
No,
So
I'm
frozen.
literally
Oh, the opponent team left. Okay.
That would be why. Well, such
Well, that's
is
a good
life.
start.
For all you fans out there, sorry you had to deal with that right off the gate, but better to get that out of the way now, I suppose.
We love
Super fun.
We love it. We're trying to try again. I'm just gonna bring back Highland Park.
Take 2. So while we're doing this, as you all know, it's basically Christmas on Thursday, or as that's what I like to call MLB opening day.
Christmas on Thursday. I love that.
I mean, it might as well be. It's day 1. The game, it counts now, which is pretty cool.
I know today was the last day.
Well, there's spring training games that are like final like calls or whatever for roster spots, but I want to know. Give me some bold predictions for the season. Like I don't have any. You don't need to. It doesn't need to be pitchers or batters. Whatever you want to do. Just give me some bold predictions.
Some bold predictions. I'll stand on the one that I was thinking about earlier. I think I either said it. You said they were gonna make the 6th wild card, or they were gonna my brain, or they were gonna be like a big team to watch. I think I'm gonna stay on this pick. I would say the Rays make the last wild card.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay.
Mine.
Wait, who's 1? Who's 2? Who's 3?
2. That make Mike 3.
Okay.
I had
Bazana.
Bazana and Pudge, so I'm good on mine.
And I had Gunner and Clark.
So if you want to,
I'm stupid.
Gunner to 6th. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, you get to use Aaron Judge.
For those of you guys that don't know, the way we set this line, we are gonna bat in order, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So
give me Cody.
Pick guys that we do well with.
Yeah.
Do you guys want Evan Carter or Orlando Cepeda? Well, Evan Carter, I think you're stuck with, Zach.
I'm good with Cepeda because I would
Carter.
rather have a
I'm
righty.
fine with Carter.
Okay.
He's fine.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Early enough game that
Cepeda.
they're right around the same skill that we are anyway. So, in terms of they're not like they're 15 overall lower or anything.
Left is best. Chase Dolan.
How about you,
is
Mike?
always
What do you
best.
got for a bold prediction?
I was saying that Jackson Sherry might have one of his best years this year. I think he's going off and he's going off in spring training right now. He's 22 for 45.
Wow.
I'm trying to find his stats now.
You said 22 for 45?
Yeah.
Repeat that. Who is it?
Jackson Sherry. Yeah.
Oh.
Might have like one of his best years that he ever have. He's 22 for 45 right now, and I'm trying to put his spring training stats. Yeah, he's batting .469 right now in spring training with 1 bomb, 8 RBIs, and 6 stolen bases.
That's wild.
With an OPS of 1.223. So he might have a really good year this year if he stays consistent. Now I know spring training doesn't always lead to crazy performances in the regular season, but
yeah,
I would love to see him have a great year.
I feel like that'd be a fun one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, there's no way for me to adjust the audio. Oh well.
What do I want to say? I'm thinking one team out of the AL Central. I know they had 3
Only
last
one.
year. It's not happening again. Only one.
Wow.
I think you get 3 out of the AL East and you get 2 out of the AL West, but I don't think you get another one out of the Central. The AL East is just gonna be a hodgepodge of beautiful.
Beautiful.
Swang.
Let's go.
Right at him. Hey, it's a good start though. But yeah, I don't think that. Okay. I don't think they're gonna have that sustained luck anymore. There was too many teams ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
Dig.
Get foul.
Get foul.
Oh.
What a start.
Wow.
What a start.
Dang.
Right.
Side splitting.
You got another one, Nick? Beautiful.
I'm trying to.
Yeah. Side note, what are these uniforms of this team?
Very bad.
Let's that's
All uniforms
interesting
just here.
choice. We've really got the slow pitch softball uniforms working.
No.
Alright,
Alright, I'm stealing.
You know,
It's a great pitch to go on. Oh, beautiful.
That works.
what just happened?
Hey, it's the benefit
so
of playing. It's the
confused.
benefit of playing very bad people.
I'm so confused.
By you.
Dusted.
Yeah, I think he went to tag.
Get through. Get through. Get through.
There you go.
That'll Yes, sir.
What a start.
Boys, on top.
Attaboy,
Let's go.
Pudge.
Yeah, I think the dude went to tag second base, but he was stealing, so. No.
You know what? I got another one because I think he's fallen short most years. I'm gonna say it right now. Ketel Marte wins MVP.
Wow.
Dang.
He's consistently
Oh,
finished like
interesting.
second to fifth in like 5 straight seasons, or like three
Yeah.
or 4. I'm telling you right now, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what? If we're on that train, give me Jose Ramirez. MVP.
I like that take as well. The only downside to that is I feel like, well, actually, I feel like it's on both sides. Jose's gonna have to beat Judge, and
And
Ketel's
Bobby
gonna have to
Witt
beat.
and Gunner.
Yeah. Good play.
Oh,
No.
he's slow. Sorry. Did Gunner just
Ellie.
fail to throw himself out?
Yes.
Oh, I thought that was Ellie.
Nope. Ellie's a third.
Oh yeah, he is a third.
But yeah, you know,
I like that take.
In an AL MVP that's dominated by 3 guys. I mean, it's Judge, Witt, and Gunner, the only 3 I've heard. Jose Ramirez, same thing. It's like he is quietly underrated. I've said this last week too. It's like I love Jose Ramirez.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, he's got the best swing in baseball, if you know what I mean.
Dusted.
He can drop people, aka Tim Anderson, but it's okay.
Down goes Anderson.
And probably the
Still-
best
I don't
baseball
know.
call I've ever heard.
Tom Hamilton, I love you for that.
Yeah. I don't know what kind of take this is, but I think Mike will stay healthy for a full year for once. this year.
Who?
I sure
Mike
hope
Trout.
so.
I would.
I really hope
I feel like it's
so.
not even a bold take. It's just a prayer we're all hoping for.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I didn't think it was really a bold
No.
take, but I really want to see Mike Trout play a full season.
It would be so
Like,
nice.
He was so much fun to watch when he was young, like first in the league.
He's
Dude,
only
but-
32.
I mean,
Yeah.
between the years of like, he might have had one of the best 7-year stretches of any outfielder not named like, I don't know, Willie Mays or
Lang.
Ken Griffey. Like,
Yeah.
he might even match those. Like, he's that good.
Yeah.
We had 3 MVPs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he kind of reminds me of like
okay, so-
J.J. Watt.
I mean, it's fair, yeah.
That's kinda like what I think.
And I understand that they're friendly. Like they know each other.
Do they really?
I thought they did. Maybe I'm thinking somebody else. Because I know Trout's pretty in football. Oh, yes, sir.
Fall.
I think- but-
Cepeda.
That's a double. Get on to Sabeda.
What a swing.
All
There
right,
we
Nick.
go. There we go.
Here
Nick, I'm
comes my
about
worst
time.
enemy. Hitting in these moments. Oh, no.
Okay, bonus question. Not bold
Yeah.
prediction, just kind of a crapshoot. Who will be the last undefeated team?
Who will be the last
Last
undefeated team?
Because there's
Dodgers.
purely luck involved.
Yeah. I mean, it is pure luck, but I think it'll be the Dodgers.
Royals.
Royals. Good take. Royals. Yeah, I mean that's just complete luck.
Give me
I-
Arizona.
I feel like if their pitching stays hot, they will be hard. They will be almost impossible to beat to start the season.
Yeah.
Well, my thing, like, it is absolutely a hitter's game to start the season. Historically speaking, pitching numbers are really bad to open the season.
I didn't go.
Good take.
So beautiful take, but it's just a crapshoot of like who stay. Oh my goodness!
Oh baby!
Get off me.
Yes sir.
Let's go.
Come on,
Elite.
Give me Arizona to start hot. Corbin Burns, Zach Gallen combo is crazy.
That is.
I'm sad.
I feel like their pitching should be so much better this year than what happened last year.
And if their offense is decent, that was terrible.
And Josh Naylor should be the same upgrade as like what Christian Walker was. And the fact that all it cost him was Slade Sassoni was one of the biggest steals I've ever seen in the offseason. Like, wow. You're going in with a starting five of Zach Gallen, Corbin Burns, Mariel Kelly, Eduardo Rodriguez, and Brandon Pfaadt. If Brandon Pfaadt's your five, that's so good. Like, if they could get a bullpen that's halfway competent, and considering A.J. Puck, Kevin Ginkel, and Martinez were good to end the year, I think if they can just get something, like get Ryan Thompson to bounce back and get Joe Mantiply to, ever stay consistent outside of that one All-Star season randomly he had, like, that team should be good this year. Like, it should be.
Well, but we're not talking about year. We're talking about who just happens to win.
Yeah, like early.
Season. Like the 115 loss Orioles were the last undefeated team a couple years ago, or at least they started like 6-0.
Yeah.
Did they really
win 3 months? But I don't know if it was that team, but it was definitely when they were bad. Like one
of those 100 loss year teams.
And everybody was like, yeah. And they started out really well, and everybody was like, wait, did they do it? And then they just lost like 30 in a row. And I was like, well, never mind.
At least it's not like 3 of 23 bad.
Go get that.
Yeah. That was the year when Chris Davis was still on the team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you have a guy that went with 0 for
56.
56. Yeah.
I watched the foolish baseball video to always remember.
Yeah, I watched that too.
It's one of my. I love him for content creation. He's so good for baseball, anyways.
Yeah. I mean, it's honestly impressive.
Yes, sir.
Like, it's almost an impressive factor to it that he got out that many times before getting a hit.
Dude, I saw the odds. It's like 1 in like 9 billion or something like that. It's like so low.
So, are you more likely to do that or get a perfect March Madness bracket?
Oh. I would
March
say
Madness bracket is harder.
Are you talking about me or a baseball player? Let me ask that question.
How about you or Mike? Or Mike. Yeah.
If it's me, I feel confident. I feel pretty confident I can at least one hit if I sell out.
56
ABs.
Against
I feel like, I feel like I can still get at least one hit.
See, I would say that. I would say the hit. The bracket's so hard. I don't think it has it ever happened.
Do you know what the odds of getting a bracket are statistically?
Well, like 1 in 10 billion or something like that.
1 in, I think it's 9.2 quintillion.
Oh, quintillion. So, like, never going to happen ever.
Exactly. Why do you think they offer so much money?
The fact that the second round...
That was me. I'm sorry. I was a little selfish there. I was feeling good.
The fact that...
I was feeling good. It wasn't good enough.
The fact that the second round had, like, 3 perfect brackets still was insane. Like, what had a perfect bracket up until the final game of the second round? The last person.
Well, to be honest, I feel like it was easier this year because the Cinderella was dead. There was no Cinderella.
There's
First time since 2008 that an 11 seed or higher has not been still in March Madness. All of them are gone. 11 through 16, all 4 regions are gone. First time in what, 15 years now?
Something like that. And obviously, there's
Why do
only
you think
one
that is?
double-digit
You think
seed
it was a
still
fluke,
in.
or do you?
I think there's only one double-digit seed. Yeah, there's only one double-digit
Arkansas?
seed. Yeah. New Mexico had a chance. Then they sucked. This is why I say never bet on Mountain West basketball. I do not care
Did they
that
play
they
somebody
won
good,
2
though?
games. They played Michigan State, and they looked rough against that in that game against Bryant. So like they were beatable.
That's true.
I watched
But
that
it's
game. It
still
was the last.
concede. Moving.
Nope, gone.
Yep. I slide
That
stepped on
didn't
him.
work.
Pulled the old slide step out on
Bye bye.
Now get him. He gone.
Bye bye.
Victory. Aw.
Oh.
This is good. Got a guy. Can of beans.
Can of beans.
For those that don't know, we
Well,
say
why do you think
can of
that
beans
is? Do you think the
whenever
Cinderella
we get
is
a ground
dead?
ball.
With the transfer portal and NIL, like it just
Here-
feels like the rich are getting richer, especially in basketball. Like
I
you
don't
would think that it'd kind of
that
be the
fully,
opposite.
because here's the biggest thing. I think the reason it was like that was because the SEC this year was so, like, honestly, so good in basketball this year. It's not to discount what the Big Ten or Big 12 did, because they're both still pretty good as well. But like I said, the SEC had 14 teams in, and even a team like Arkansas is now in the Sweet 16.
Well, Arkansas has been in the Sweet 16. They're pretty like the last couple of years. They're not they're not a pushover. They've been in it a long
They've
time.
been in it at points, but they never really got like a big run in a while.
Right, but like unlike Tennessee, where Tennessee's never made the Final Four
That's actually so sad.
ever. So it's like Arkansas is a much more historical program, but I feel like it's gonna be really hard for smaller, like a McNeese, for example. You know, the second year in a row they won their conference. They came into March Madness last year just happy to be there, and they got smoked. And then they came in this year and they actually, put on a show and they beat Clemson. It was a great game. They kicked the snot out of Clemson and then almost lost, but they didn't, so that was helpful. But like my problem with it is, okay, well now their coach is gone. He's at NC State now.
Wow, that's
So
a great
like,
swing.
and he's gonna take all his players with him.
Including the manager.
Yeah. Well, maybe. Did
No,
you
he
see the
said he-
cheerleaders had
he
socks
said
with
he's
his
gone.
face on them?
You say he's going to
Oh,
NC
did he
State?
actually?
Yeah. But I guess,
awesome.
yeah, I did see the socks. This is why I love TikTok. I
Well,
see some
it's
funny
same
stuff.
thing. Like VCU's another one. Their
Yeah,
coach
Ryan
is
Odom's gone
after they ditched
to
Martinez.
Ryan Odom went to
Virginia?
Virginia.
UVA. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's
But I'm not
I think
surprised
it's gonna be
'cause-
so hard for these mid majors just won't be able to compete anymore because the big fish are just gonna take them, and even the small fish in the big ponds. Like if that makes any sense. So like the bottom end of these Power 4 schools are still gonna just take guys because they're better programs, and it's better job, better money.
Well, I
better
don't fully
exposure.
believe that. I mean, obviously the better exposure, but like teams that are bad are going to stay bad. Like Stanford is horrible at basketball, and they're going to continue to stay horrible at basketball. Or like, trying to think of someone from the like Washington's never been good at basketball, and they were the worst in the Big Ten by no shot.
Colorado is bad.
Colorado is historically bad at basketball, except for that one year where they got an 11th seed and magically went on a run. I forget which year it was. I think it was 2 years ago.
But I hear what you're saying. But I'm not going to sit here and naively pretend that, every year that one of these double-digit
Take it.
seeds has a chance, but to like actually win the national championship. But it's like I just feel like the gap is going to get wider. Like all of a sudden with the transfer portal and all this other stuff, like it's no accident that it's no accident that there's only 4 conferences that are left. They're the Big 4.
And
That's
well,
nobody else.
But even with the
East
ACC,
is
it's
gone.
just Duke.
That's exactly. But it's
It's just
like
Duke,
outside
though.
of that, it's Big 10,
Big 12.
SEC, and then Big 12, who I don't sleep on the Big 12. They proved it.
The Big
Couple
12's
of
always been
wagons
good at
out here.
basketball.
Right. They're my.
Yeah.
I'm riding high on Big 12. I like them a lot this
No,
year.
Big 12 basketball has always been
Like-
really good. And it's gotten
Yeah.
even better now with Arizona and Houston in it.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the reason why I'm saying no right now to that. Players always come and go, and right now I think
Swing.
let's go drop. And I guess with that kind of feeling on it, you're always going to get a bunch of guys who come up through like the really small schools or the D2 schools. Like the biggest example I give is Drake right now. Like, you know the story of what happened with Drake?
Through.
I do not.
So their coach left. They hired a new coach, and he was from a D2 school that had a lot of success. I forget the specific name of the school. So he took a lot of those players over, one of which, by the way, was the hero for that Drake Missouri game, Bennett Sturts. He was at a D2 school up until last year, or this past season. And he came, and he was the best player in the entire Missouri Valley, which I know is not like an elite conference, obviously, but like has good teams in it. We remember how good Indiana State was last year with good old Robbie Avila, who's now in the A10. But
Oh yes,
what a
sir.
swing! That's gonna get caught.
Get caught.
But, that's so
Gunner.
sad. I swear to God, perfects are so bad in this game this year for some reason.
Weight room.
Yeah.
But my point is, there's enough talented players from D2 and lower D1 programs that are going to supply the mid-major schools. So I don't see a world where it's just going to be the rich eating up the bad basketball teams. I think this year was such an outlier because of the fact that, like I said, because of the fact that the SEC was so good and the Big Ten. I mean, they did the predictions right. I'm telling you, if like Indiana got in, they probably would have lost their first game. Straight up, they probably would have lost their first game had they made March Madness. You know, NC, like you said, obviously controversial. They made the tournament, and they win their game. Good for them. But
You got to throw the ball, Mike.
That's on me.
they then played like absolute garbage against an Ole Miss team that had a
Kinda messed
really
up
bad
there.
end to the year.
Yeah, they couldn't hit the broadside of a barn.
And then they just smoked NC in the first half, UNC in the first half, and then they came back. And that's nothing to discredit like the ACC this year. I think the ACC was so outlier bad that like things kind of evened itself out, if that makes any sense.
I'll shoot him.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's perfect. You noodle.
He's got a noodle out there.
Not bad.
I had a blue.
Hey, all good.
Why
all
was
good.
that?
We still up 4.
Bro, his arm is so bad. I don't even know. Oh, that might be Evan Carter.
Yeah, it's definitely Evan Carter. What the heck, man? What are we
Split
doing
'em.
here? What is happening?
But I guess that's kind of just the way I look at it. I don't see a world where 14 teams get in next year. At most, 8 get in next year. Because again, they broke the all-time non-conference winning percentage record in all of college basketball. That's kind of where this season stood.
Big K. Yes,
With
Good
sir.
pitch.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I hear you.
I don't see a world where that happens again. And like even the Big Ten, you really think the first round teams are going to go? You really think teams are going to go 8-0 in the Big Ten in the first round again? I don't. You know what I mean?
Wait, who went 8-0?
The Big Ten.
Wow.
They went 8-0.
Wow. That is crazy.
And then a bunch of them lost in the second round.
And then I think the Big 12, I think, only lost
Runners.
1. I think the Big 12 only lost 1. So it's like,
Yeah.
I think it's one of those cases where this year was such an outlier. On top of the fact that the mid-majors this year just really, nobody really kind of blew anybody away. I think part of it's also the selection committee is part of the problem. I truthfully think the selection committee is part of the problem here. They gave way too many seeds to the Mountain West, except they got the one completely wrong in San Diego State, because I still to this day don't understand how Boise State did not make the tournament. And then
Didn't Boise State beat San Diego State straight up in the tournament?
no, they beat New Mexico. San Diego State got
That's who it
smoked by
was.
Colorado State. But New Mexico deserved to be there, even if they choked the second round away.
Nice snag, lady.
With snag.
What a catch!
No.
Get
Another
that
one.
one too.
Aw. She couldn't jump high
That would have
enough.
been impressive.
It would have been. I feel like they're going to throw it. Wow.
Okay, so
I thought they were going to throw low.
Who's the biggest disappointment of the weekend?
I'm
First
gonna
two
go
rounds.
last. Because you know my answer and I want to die.
I mean, I think I feel like I was hoping for Clemson to go a little bit further.
Yeah.
They didn't really.
I feel like that's fair.
For me,
I
they were a
couldn't have bet it.
disappointment.
I couldn't have bet it for them, as sad as it sounds. There's just certain games there's there's just no way this is gonna happen, even if like they're the better team, which Clemson was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the same way. I just couldn't bet on Missouri. Like I knew how good
Yeah,
Drake was
I
all
agree.
season. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is controversial, but I'm gonna say Wisconsin. They just laid an egg. Like they were great in the round, and I think a lot of people expected them to go a long way, myself included. I had them in the Final Four. I had them beating Duke, but they just couldn't shoot.
No.
Like I don't know what happened, but it was.
And it's
like,
funny
it
because
was so
they've also been a
confusing.
big March Madness choker, and they lost to. I mean, those two teams that played off, they squared off. Wisconsin and BYU have been perennial chokers in March Madness,
Yeah.
and yeah, no, Wisconsin can hit anything. I mean, it's hard to say considering their first game was the winner of the Big Sky, and well, no offense to the Big Sky, that's not much of an accomplishment. Montana's always been in March Madness, but they don't ever do anything because they're a 14 seed usually most years, occasionally, and sometimes a 15 seed. But no, I do understand. I do think it's also kind of divine retribution because that ejection from BYU was a load of garbage.
And I thought the alley oop was classless, right at the end. The time expired alley oop. I'm like, all right, like have your fun, but it's like okay. Because don't
There's
they
a
play
point where it's
Duke
just
next?
disrespectful.
Who?
Because don't they play BYU? They play somebody crazy. Yeah, they play either Duke or
I trust
Alabama
you to
next.
keep me. They play Alabama, but honestly, like I said, I'm really low on Alabama right now.
Really.
Also, honorable mention:
Turn me up.
the
Turn me
Arkansas
up.
St. John's game was horrendous.
Yeah.
You mean the game I was gonna say? You mean the team I was gonna say? The team I had winning March Madness? The team that couldn't hit the broadside of a barn? RJ Lewis single-handedly sold my season.
Horrendous.
Yes.
So upset. That's why I love Rick. If nothing else, I respect what Rick Pitino said after the game. That he wasn't putting him back in after playing 30 minutes and shooting as bad as he did. And more than shooting as bad as he did, his defense was terrible. His effort wasn't there. Like, he just sucked, and there's just no getting around that. And he'd been their best player all season. I talked him up in the preview, and he sucked. And he was not. He was bad in the Omaha game. So it's just like, watch out.
There were 90 missed shots in that game. 90 missed shots.
Wow.
That makes me want to cry.
44 fouls.
Dang.
That game was
fair.
that game was easily the worst officiated game of the entire tournament.
just like it was hard to say because they couldn't
Oh,
hit
I didn't could have
anything.
warm up.
Oh
No, you just go
Oh.
straight in. You just toss them right in there.
I thought there was a warm up period.
Nope. Nope, you got Devin Williams now.
Well,
Thankfully, he's pretty good.
that's a stupid thing that this game did, and it didn't say.
I think it was just to reduce pause time.
That's
So people weren't pausing every
You know what St.
5
John's
seconds.
field goal percentage was?
shockingly bad.
28.
Percent?
Yeah,
Yes.
I knew it was bad. I didn't know it was that bad.
That's rough.
21 for 75
That's so bad.
from the field.
Yeah.
2 for 22 from 3. The two teams combined, 4 for 41 from 3.
4
Wow.
for 41.
From 3.
Oh my god, that is horrible.
That's oh my gosh.
And then
that is
Arkansas,
legend.
27 for 63 from the field. They had a 42% field goal percentage.
Hey, that's not
Wow.
bad.
That is pretty bad.
Yeah.
No, 42 is like average in basketball. Like 42 is average in basketball. Like most teams aren't making 50% of their shots. Oh, he's also not catching the ball there. But
Whee. Yeah. And one game that really did surprise me how good it was the Oregon-Arizona game. That one really came
that
down
one was
to
good.
who was going to get last possession.
that too,
Yeah,
that
one
game
was
was
good. That was a
so
good
good.
game.
it was a really good game. Oregon came out hot, too. They were up like 10, 15 points after the first 5 minutes, and then Arizona just out of left field caught up to them before half and took the lead. And then the second half, actually, I have it up. The first half, Oregon put up 42. Second half, they both put up 45.
Noodle.
So it literally just came down to who was going to miss their free throws, and neither of them wanted to miss their free throws.
Like,
there
it was
towards the
really
end.
good.
So,
No, I'll give you that. It was a really good game. I think mine is, if I were to pick a game that I really liked, it was definitely UConn, Florida. That game lived up to how good I thought it was going to be.
UConn, Florida was good.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I know which one you're going to say.
Maryland, Colorado State was pretty good.
I mean, Maryland, Colorado State is the only reason this is
Yeah.
not one of the worst March Madness years of all time.
Like that was
I'm
a good game.
so
That was
serious.
electric.
That's been like the single most electric game by a country mile. It's like that game's first, and the rest are like, and the other like 5 or 6 that were good are like right below them. But that game was so good. Derek Queen, already a legend for Maryland, in his first year.
Also, I'm gonna hit you with some recency bias, potentially, because it did kind of just happen. A few hours ago, but I will stand on the best game of March Madness, period, was the women's game between Alabama and Maryland that just finished.
Mm-hmm.
That game was electric, start to finish. I'll give you the game story. Alabama went down 8, so Maryland went up 8 early. Clawed their way back, and Alabama got a 17-point lead.
17, my God.
17-point lead.
Connor.
I'm going. Wait, he stopped.
dead.
Oh!
He stopped halfway
no, no.
Regretted
Oh
this.
my God.
He got a great
Oh, yes,
jump,
sir.
but he stopped halfway.
Give me that. Give me that. Oh.
What?
Oh, yes, sir.
What? Wait a minute. Why is the
What
catcher catching that?
That's amazing.
Oh.
Get back on the mound, Devin Williams. Do your job.
Maryland went down 17 and slowly clawed their way back. And with 37 seconds left, I think the game was tied. And let me pull it up, just to make sure I'm saying the right name while I'm trying to pitch here. So give me some.
Brain power.
Let me strike this. let me
Just strike
this
him out
guy
real quick. Yeah,
My
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Okay.
See ya.
Nice
Cool.
beauty.
Yeah, we're like that.
Oh,
But
it's ninth inning. All
where
right.
did it go? What is her name? Sarah Ashley Barker, with 37 seconds left, nailed a three in regulation. Nailed a three, went up three, and with 12 seconds left, I think 12 seconds left.
Swing.
Let's go.
Yeah. Trying to find it. Where did it go? Yeah, 12.2 seconds left. Sarah Tiabasu from Maryland nailed a three to tie it. So we're going to overtime.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They go back and forth through overtime. Meanwhile, Sarah Tebiasu, holy smokes. Sorry about that. Sarah Tebiasu. That was
Names are hard,
it's hard
right?
to do while I'm batting. Yeah, well, especially when I'm batting. Why do I keep doing this while I'm playing? But Maryland, keep her name in mind, and then Sarah Ashley Barker for Alabama. Those two, basically in overtime, it was a two-woman show. So it was the two of them going after it. Basically went back and forth for all of overtime, and then with
No way.
3.5 seconds left,
Ah.
they had to go down the length of the court, or I guess 7.5 seconds left. They had to go down the length of the court. Alabama's down three, so they're obviously sprinting down to go get a 3-point to save their season. And with no time left, Sarah Ashley Barker throws one up, gets blocked. Time expires, game over. But they went and reviewed it. She got fouled on the shot, so that's 3 free throws. But there's no time left. So she had 3 free throws with no time left on the clock, needed to make all 3 to stay in the game, to send it to double overtime. And with ice in her veins, she hit all 3. At Maryland, by the way. Okay. Just don't go for it. She was at Maryland's home court with the crowd going crazy, season on the line if you miss one ball, and she nailed 3 in a row. Sent it to double overtime.
That's crazy.
In double overtime, she set the record for the Alabama single game scoring record. She hit 45 points.
She set the record?
She set the single game record.
Oh my god.
Then
that's actually insane.
Then Sarah Tebiasu took over in double OT, and she made a bunch of points. Her and Cheyenne Sellers, I think, made almost every single point in double overtime for Maryland. And Maryland was up 3 again, and ball was thrown out with 1.5 seconds left, thrown out of bounds. Alabama's got the ball with a chance for 3. Who's the ball going to? Your all-time leading single-game scorer. Ball was knocked out of her hands. Ball game. They lost 108 to 111 in double overtime at Sweet 16.
That's crazy.
The round of 32, excuse me. Unbelievable game.
Whoever, Nick, is fine.
Yeah, I don't have a strong fandom for either team, but that was a heck of a game. And I felt so bad for Barker that you put up 45 and you'd single-handedly send them to OT or double OT, and what has to be one of the best ball don't lie moments I've ever seen. Because she got fouled on the three-pointer shot, and then she said, "Oh, well, it was going in anyway. I'll show you," and then made 3 free throws.
Can we also just shout out that while you were while you were talking about the game, I went and looked at some of the women's March Madness games that that day as well. And right below that game,
Horrendous.
I see UNC WVU with a final score of, guess what? You think that game's exciting? No, it was 58 to 47.
It was 23 to 24 at halftime. I was watching that game too.
There was almost as many minutes played as points.
Yes.
Hey, I was excited because I was watching the WNIT.
Did anybody happen to see the UConn score against Arkansas
What's up,
State.
boys?
Paige Beckers. Do you know what the score is? They won their first round game.
I just
they
saw
won
it.
their
I
first
just
round
saw
game,
it.
103-34. They won by 69.
Dog.
Wow.
More minutes of the game were played.
Playoff game.
More minutes were played than they scored points.
That's insane.
103-34.
That's like a Virginia Lynchburg number. Right there.
Good job, boys. We
Dude.
won our first game.
Yeah, well done, boys. Well done.
And you got me a. Oh, you do get.
Got a pipeline pack. Let's go.
Wait, do I get parallel XP for guys that I have that you brought?
Oh.
Oh.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
That's awesome.
Because Ellie De La Cruz just teared up for me, but I didn't bring him.
That's definitely new.
That's amazing.
That's
definitely
awesome.
new.
I love
Oh.
that.
Yeah, that's
Was there anything else you guys wanted to add, or
What was I gonna say? Yeah. I saw something the other day that switching gears to softball a little bit.
Cool.
A couple weeks ago, Harlan Pickens she's a Tennessee volunteer softball pitcher. She pitched a ball 77 miles an hour. Underhand
Huh?
in softball.
77?
Yeah.
She tied the fastest pitch recorded ever in softball.
How is that possible?
Yeah. I think the equivalent for that is
How do
like
you not throw your
108
arm
to
out of your
110.
shoulder?
Yep.
That's
It's
what I saw.
108. 108.
Yeah.
How does one not throw their arm out of their shoulder while doing that?
Because it's a natural
That is
motion. It's a natural motion for your arm to do.
More than
Like where
throwing-
like baseball pitching, that's an unnatural motion with your arm because the way your arm is bending. I don't know all the muscles and joints that are in play off the top of my head, but that's an unnatural motion. Whereas like your arm being a windmill is a more natural motion if you pitch properly in softball.
Right.
If you use your elbow when you're pitching, then you're gonna have your Tommy John issues with softball.
Gotcha.
But if you keep that elbow true and just use wrist action, you don't have any issues because your wrist is meant to bend 360 essentially. Whereas like your elbow is not.
But that was an outrageous stat line. It's like
Yeah.
108.
Yeah.
What are you
it's
gonna
still
do with
crazy. It's still crazy.
Like, you're doing
Yeah.
nothing with that.
You're crying is what
Yeah.
happens.
And men's fast pitch doesn't get shown as much, but apparently those guys can hit like 90 to 95 from that distance.
Good
So,
grief.
which is even crazier. Like, just to think about.
That's insane. My God. I was gonna say something, now I forgot. But nah, I can't remember now. Dang it. I hate when that happens. I hate when I was gonna say something, now I forgot what it was. You guys had that happen?
Yeah, all the time.
It's so annoying. But
Yeah, apparently there was a men's fast pitch softball pitcher named Eddie the King Fagner, and his pitches were around 104 miles per hour.
Damn.
my God.
Yeah.
How does one throw that hard and not destroy their shoulder?
Better than me. I would demolish my shoulder.
Yeah. I mean,
I think if I tried
it's
to
very
reel back and
impressive.
throw
Like,
80, I would like my shoulder would start crying in pain.
yeah, it's impressive, dude. Like, it really is impressive. Just how they do it. Like, the amount of practice that it takes. Because, like, I will say, like, fast pitch, softball, you have to put in practice and a lot of work into, like, your wrist actions and your forearm strength in order to be able to move the ball a certain way. Like my sister does it, and she's really good. She's shout out to her at least a little bit. She's topped at 67.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and
Awesome.
yeah, and she throws it. I'm like that. Yeah, you're good. Good job. I'm happy with throwing it from the side across the diamond from third base. I'm happy. So, but yeah, it's impressive. Because a lot of it is also body motion too, like your leg motion and your hip motion as well with your arm action. It's so cool to watch. So that is probably one of the most, I would say, entertaining sports is college fast pitch. Like that it's so much fun to watch just because it's so fast paced and high action. So, I mean, if you all ever get a chance to watch it, dude, that's something. Games usually only take like hour and a half to hour 45, and it's high intensity the whole time.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out for sure.
No, I definitely will. I mean, I don't care if it's baseball or softball or whatever. Give me anything that's baseball related, and I will be watching in some way, shape, or form. Like when the College World Series happens, I will be watching that and I will be so excited to watch it. So, I think with that, out of the way, with baseball starting in 3 days from when we're recording this, because we're recording this on a Monday. Is it 3 days?
It is.
Yeah. Thursday.
With baseball starting in 3 days, or I guess 2.5 days now, since it's late. I'm going to wrap this up. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all are ready for opening day. And if your bracket is still not completely torn to shreds like mine is, good luck to everyone. But if you enjoyed, please support by sharing this around for anybody listening to the audio on Spotify or anywhere else that you can get it. Or if you were watching the video, please leave support by dropping a like, commenting, subscribing to become a heart to join and the nation that is the Postmen.
Someday you guys will hear that story, but not
exactly. Because all the love and support you all leave means the world to us. With that out of the way, anything you guys want to add before we call it a night?
Shameless plug. If you have T-Mobile, you can get MLB TV for free starting tomorrow. Or I guess Tuesday, March 25th. I forget that it's not real.
So what I'm hearing is I'm going to be hawking your account. I'm kidding.
I suppose.
I've already tried.
I
already tried.
Dang it.
The bidding war has begun.
Give me five.
Anything for you, Mikey?
All I'm going to say, go Bama.
Fair enough. And with that out of the way, y'all have a great night and take care. Love you all. Peace.
Adios.
Peace.